What makes you happy? What makes you cry? What makes you think that this is the life? I just want to know.
Have you ever been dehydrated? And I mean like truly dehydrated, like not just like, oh man, I'm thirsty, but like actually like you should probably be seeking medical attention dehydrated.
That level? Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been that level of dehydration. I think the closest might be after in recent years when I exerted a massive amount of energy to not for a hike. What were we doing? It was some sort of sports ball game. It might have been football. I forget, but I remember like, oh, I'm good, and then like halfway through, I definitely needed some sort of like liquid to.
You're like going down, like not good.
No, it really wasn't good, but you know, I'm surrounded by my friends who are all very much like in good condition of their health, and then there's like little old me, like, dude, guys, come on, we can do. I got this. That's so good.
I'll be fine. I swear, I'll be fine.
That was pretty much what I did, but you know, we were all prepared for that sort of thing, so we had water on hand. It was just my stubbornness. But you're the one that brought this up, so I'm assuming that you had a near-death experience this weekend or recently.
I wouldn't say near death, but it was pretty bad. We went boating. Oh, what was it? Was it last weekend? Oh my gosh, it's all running together. No, the weekend before, because we're just coming out of the weekend right now. Anyway, so we went boating. We did a bunch of stuff. It was really fun. But while we were down there, as we were driving back, I forgot my hydro. And that's been my main thing of like, when I'm at my desk, when I'm lounging around the house, whatever, I have my hydro and it's always full. Right. And it's super easy because it's like, I can down like a couple of those a night, get my like 64 ounces in. All of a sudden I don't have it anymore, and it's like subconsciously I'm not thinking about, I'm like, oh, I don't have my hydro, so I don't need to worry about it. And so all of a sudden I get back from all this like heavy sun, heavy physical activity, and my water intake just plummets to like, I would say it goes from like 100 ounces a day to like 12, 16. So all of a sudden, like 2 days later, I'm like, I feel like crap. I feel so bad. And it took me a while to figure out. I'm like, I haven't drank enough water, have I? And I've spent the last like 4 days trying to like play catch up.
Play catch up? Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest it, Tony.
I've definitely been in like somewhat similar situations where I go months where water is the elixir of life and there's nothing else. Not even beer will pass these lips. I will just chug water, just like you're doing right now. I will have water and then a little bit of coffee maybe, but that's really about it. And I'll be so proud of myself. And then there'll be like one day, and it's just like working out. You forget one day, like you don't go to the gym, or one day you don't drink as much water, and then your body's like, well, what the heck? What happened to all this? What happened to all this liquid stuff that you usually drink? I'm gonna start pulling energy from your head and give you a headache. My head. This is terrible. I don't like this at all. And so, yeah, I've definitely had similar instances of that, but not close to hospitalization or anything like that.
No, I don't know if I was like ready for the hospital, but it definitely like, I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Like definitely, like when your parents growing up or whomever your guardians were, and they cared about you and said you need to drink more water. freaking drink more water. Like I have a friend, and I'm not going to say his name because I think he does listen to this podcast, but he'll know who he is. I do drink energy drinks, and I know he does as well too. And then when I bring up, well, I'm going to stop drinking as many energy drinks, he says, well, I continue to drink as many energy drinks, and I will double your energy drinks because there is water in energy drinks. I was like, no, there's not that much water in energy drinks. You can't tell me that there's water in energy drinks when there's all this other garbage in energy drinks. And he says, no, it's fine, though, because if I don't have these energy drinks, then I'll get the headache and everything else. I'm like, yeah, well, it's like a drug. You're getting withdrawals. So it's better to get water withdrawals so you get more water to do the other things that your body needs the water for, instead of like giving your body all this other chemicals and crap.
Yep.
So guess what he's doing right now? Probably
What's he
drinking
doing?
an energy drink.
Oh, my word.
You know who you are. I love you. Stop it.
I don't know who you are, and I won't speak to any sort of love, but you need to calm down on those energy drinks. You will die.
In the past 72 hours, I was going between water and a massive amount of energy drinks. And I got to say, I really like the energy drink.
Oh, my word.
I really like the energy drink. It was very tasteful. But yes, the water is needed. So,
yeah, at this point, I prefer water. Like, I'll have a small something, but like, I'm all for the water. I don't need anything else. Like, there was a thing online I saw, like a meme, and it was just, it's like you can eat whatever you want, and you never will gain weight, but all you can drink from now on is water. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. I'm down. Which diet is this? Can you sign both of us up, please? That sounds fine. I'm totally fine with this.
Means no more coffee, Tony.
I'm fine with that, though. Like, if that means I can eat whatever I want, so in this hypothetical, do I stay the body that I am now, or do I get the body that I want and then I stay at that and then I can eat whatever I want, and it's the whole Jughead thing?
I think you stay the body that you are, but you have to earn the body that you want.
Oh, so I still have to go to the gym. All right. I mean,
This isn't like you get the body you want. You can eat whatever you want. You get $1 million. All you have to do is not drink anything but water. It's like, no. This isn't that big of a trade-off.
Have you ever traveled cross country before?
Once.
Yeah.
By plane.
Okay. Let me restate the question. Then, I guess your answer would be no then. Have you ever traveled by vehicle, by car?
Cross country? I'm not even going to answer with a no. I'm going to answer with a hell no.
Oh, wow.
I'm not a man for a road trip. No,
what?
I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. Hell no.
Wait, so what constitutes as a road trip to you? Like, how far out does it become, oh no, this isn't just a day trip. This is a road trip.
I'd
Get
say
me
anything
off this
over
bus.
I'd say anything over like 2 hours of driving.
Over 2 hours of driving is too much for you.
No, well, that's when I start going like if someone was like, "Hey, let's drive to California," I'd be like, "Hey, let's not."
What is your like, why are you against the long drive? Like, we drive for work. Aren't you used to driving?
Yeah, that's the whole reason I don't want to. I've done enough. I've paid my dues.
Sure,
I don't want to do more.
Don't like you have a wife who's a very good driver. I'm sure you could trade off with her, and then you choose the music, or however you guys divvy that up. I know there's issues with you choosing the music. I know there's issues.
Both of us. There's issues with both of us choosing the music.
Well, that's another topic for another day. But like, you could take, like, I don't even know. You and I just watched the video from CGP Grey about a place in Utah that they did basically. I wouldn't necessarily call it nuclear testing, but they were testing the
propulsion of warheads,
right? The gunpowder and all that other stuff during the Cold War. That's in Utah. You said it might be a skip and a hop away. You weren't quite sure. That's a place where somebody that you respect has gone to, and looks like a really cool place to check out.
Right.
Would you go? Because
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
not that
hotels
far.
around there. What?
It's not that far. Like it's less of a drive to there than the Salt Flats. We passed that location driving to the Salt Flats.
Okay. All right. And our respective friend who moved down to South Utah, who I think he's trying to move back in town now, but our respective friend,
continue.
When he moved down there, was that too far out for you to go see him?
For a friend, I would do a lot, but unless I had a good reason to go down there, let's take friend out of the equation. A 6-hour drive is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could get me signed up on that.
Okay, so if you came to Northern California and I said, "Hey, I got a surprise for you," and let's pretend COVID is done. It's like, "Hey, I got a surprise for you. We got free tickets to Universal Studios, and we got to go now."
Hooray! What kind of drive are we looking at?
We are looking at a 6 to 7 hour drive.
How many days are we there?
Oh, well, the tickets are good for 3 or 4 days.
Okay, am I flying home from there?
The
The answer is yes, and then I would go.
No,
because that's what I did for the first couple of E3s is I flew into Sacramento and then drove down to LA.
Right.
And then flew out of LA.
But no, you're not flying back because you're coming back with me because we're doing a shindig with me.
Nope.
No.
You're on your own.
Not even. You said you would do a lot for a friend. You wouldn't do that for this friend?
Why? What do you need?
What do I need? We have a plan. In this hypothetical, we have events happening in LA and events after that happening in Northern California or Slicer Summit 2025. Just saying. Like it's a whole California thing that we're doing. You don't look enthused.
It's a whole no. Driving no. If you can fly there, you should fly there. Especially when it's like out of state. Like if it was like 4 hours or something, I could make do. But the longer the drive, the more disinterested I am.
Okay. Well, going back to why I brought up this topic, I just drove from Northern California to Louisiana this weekend.
And how was that?
We had to drive because we were transporting my fiance's mom's cars and her dog. We couldn't bring them on the plane, obviously, and she couldn't bring them when she got there 2 weeks ago because she had the U-Haul truck that she was driving. So, I have not ever driven that much in my life. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be a truck driver because of the freedom, the ability to stop in new towns and the ability to check out new things. And I wanted the ability to have the ultimate like Americana kind of dream where the road was mine and nothing could stop me except that I was on a timetable because I have things that I'm hauling. But that was my head. That was in my head when I was younger. I don't want that anymore at all. Like, I am not your guy. I did it. Like, I can't remember how many miles it is, and I'm sure Aurelia has that, but it took about 8 hours to get down to Mojave. We stayed overnight. And then 13 hours to get to Van Horn in Texas, and we stayed overnight. And then another 13 hours to get to our destination in Louisiana. And And then we took a plane back because we're not insane. Yes, we did take a plane back, but that was, oh my God. But I gotta say, man, like that's the one thing about going cross country. You will see things that you won't see when you're in a plane. And I saw some amazing.
I 100% know that.
No, I know you know
it's just
that.
that trade-off is not worth it. Like, oh, you'll see things. Don't care.
For me, the trade-off definitely is worth it. Like when I went to Utah, I saw things that I had never, seen, experienced before. I climbed up. I don't know what it was, but it was like a very sacred area that we climbed, and that was amazing. That was one of those things that I would never have experienced if I never drove in that area with you guys. Now, granted, I wasn't driving, but if I were to go from San Francisco to Louisiana, there were some mountain ranges that looked amazing. And now, if you're watching the YouTube video version of this, I will put pictures of those right now. But in all honesty, like that was worth it to me. I gotta say though, like I knew that the horizon or the vistas of Texas were beautiful in pictures. They definitely don't do it justice, man. It is just beautiful.
No picture ever does.
Yeah. But the plane ride home was, let's just say, stressful doesn't really cover it. Because apparently New Orleans has a new airport. And Google Maps does not know about it.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad. The G Maps, we'll call it that because I don't want my nest going off. The G Maps pointed us at position A. We went to position A, and guess what was there? Not a dilapidated building, but a very empty building and roadblocks saying, no, don't go up there. I'm like, what? But my plane, my plane is up there. I can see it right over there. Like, no, you're at the wrong terminal. We built the new terminal. How do we get there? Yes.
Oh my word.
Luckily, we talked to a security guard and he kind of gave us an idea on how to get there. And so again, I used the G Maps, right? I used it and it told me where to go. And we ended up being like where all the hangars are for FedEx and UPS and DHL.
No.
This isn't the place either. This is very much wrong. And then Aurelia finally found where to go. But it was like, yes, you want to go to position C. We're going to position Charlie. That's where we're going. But G Maps keeps telling us to make a U-turn. Make a U-turn at the next possible light. Make a U-turn at the next possible turn. Make a U-turn. I'm like, babe, can you shut that down? Like, I know you like the voice navigation. I hate it. So I mute the voice navigation. So for the past like 2 years, I've never heard the voice navigation.
Right. Same.
I don't know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now I've heard her for about 10 minutes straight saying 3 words, do a U-turn. And it was the worst. It was terrible.
I've always just I wanted like the sassiest navigation. Like that's when you'd get me to turn it back on, as if it would be like, you might want to make a new U-turn because you missed that one, didn't you?
Well, the cool thing is with Waze, you can actually create your own things. So if you use Waze, you can create your own directions and stuff, and sometimes it can be quite funny. But Google Maps doesn't let you do that.
Right. How was the flight? Did you guys have to wear masks the entire time?
Yeah, overall the flight was fine. Everybody, when you got to the airport, you had to wear a mask, period. And everybody was wearing a mask. Some people were wearing masks and shields. Some people even had gloves on. So for the most part, I felt pretty safe, like there were dots on the ground to kind of let you know where 6 feet or 2 meters is. So you kind of figured that out. The only time where I was like, okay, come on guys, was when you're getting on or off the plane. because everybody is just, you get in that single file line and you just bunch up with the next person behind you. Yeah. And it's like,
No.
and the person on the the loudspeaker said, intercom, thank you. And the loudspeaker, she said, and just as a reminder, if you could, respect social distancing rules and make sure that you are 6 feet away from the person in front of you, and so on and so forth. So yeah, the person in front of me, I was 6 feet away from them. The person behind me was like right there. It's like, bro.
What about on the plane? Were they doing anything different? Were they not allowing full seating? Or
if you didn't know the person next to you, you could leave the seat open in between you. So there are 3 seats. So there are 3 seats, aisle, 3 seats. So if you didn't know the person next to you, you could, have that buffer seat in between you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I know Aurelia, so I sat right next to her in the middle.
But they're not selling out they're not packing the plane to max capacity.
No, definitely not. But I don't even know if they would have enough purchasers to do that. But it was definitely interesting to hear people's plans on what they are going to do once they arrive to their destination. Because the plane that we took from Louisiana to Chicago was then also going to Las Vegas right after. And there were some people on that plane going to Las Vegas. And I was listening to what they were saying, what they were going to do when they get there. And it's like they completely forget what's going on. Like, I know Las Vegas itself is they have measures in place, safety measures in place and everything. But I feel like, this this person has the idea of, I'm going to go clubbing. Like, how about you don't?
How about no?
How about like this whole dream of finally making it to Vegas on a very, very inexpensive plane ticket? This is not the dream to make come true. Like, sorry. I know you've always wanted to go there, according to what you're saying, but don't go. Because you're not going to have the time of your life, because everything's going to be shut down. Right. I don't think pools are open. And I would argue a third of Vegas is you being in a pool, whether it's a pool party or just like lounging around. You and I know that. I don't think any of the other activities that are like close quarters are really going to be open. I don't even know if stage shows are open,
I want a nightclub, and it's like all serious. It's got strobes, foam pit, whole 9 yards, but everyone's wearing masks. Yeah. But like with like the disposable masks. Not even like the nightclub version that has like a nice logo or something like that. Just like the basic disposable masks.
It's all blue. It's just blue everywhere. And then you do have that one guy that like brought his own mask, but he like gemmed it up with all these like crystals on it or anything. Like, ooh, look at that guy.
He's got LEDs on it. And
he's exactly got right. Yeah. That guy.
Social distancing. Woo, woo, woo.
It's not that important, guys. Just it'll be there next year if we all just stay home for right now.
Yep.
So a little inside baseball to improve the production value of this podcast as well as my stream. I finally was able to pick up the Go XLR from TC Helion.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. No.
Let's see it.
We can't, because it's sitting right here. And I'd have to move the webcam or use that camera, but I don't want to use that camera right now because my desk is really messy. But yeah, it's I'll throw again. If you go to if you're watching the YouTube version, I'll put a picture on the YouTube version of it and where it's placed, because I have this little drawer here that's meant for a keyboard, but nothing is being used on it right now. So I place that right in front of me, and it's perfect because I have all the volume knobs, and
I have access to voice control, the mute buttons, and things like that. And
why don't you take advantage of that mute button? There we go.
Why you gotta be
all
mean?
Right. So now that he's back.
So rude.
You gonna put voice synthesizer stuff on top of yourself during a podcast? Come on now. Be better than this.
I'm just saying that it's something that's feasible. It's possible. I could use it for that. I'm not going to do
Just
that.
because you can doesn't mean you should.
Well, I'm just doing it for a demonstration purpose. That's all I was using it for, okay? I'm not going to touch that anymore. I'm not going to sing to you anymore. I was singing to him earlier. He loved it.
You promise to never again.
Anyways, I'm just very happy that it's here. I also have the new microphone. This is the PR40 from Heil. It's a broadcast production value microphone. So hopefully we sound, or at least on my side, hopefully I sound a lot better. And in regards to looking better, my next big purchase is going to be an actual like Sony camera instead of using this crap webcam. I'll probably use the webcam for something else, like maybe an over-the-head camera or whatnot. But yeah, it should be good.
Sweet.
In regards to production purchases, do you have anything in your near future? I know you got an actual Elgato, which has made your streams so much better, I gotta say.
And now I'm dealing with audio issues.
And now you're dealing with audio issues. Yeah. Well, it never ends. But anything on your neck of the woods where you're like you have your eyes, or you have it in the cart and you're just waiting to hit that button?
Not at the moment. Not that I can think of. Yeah, pretty happy with the setup. I'm genuinely racking my brain right now, and nothing to write home about.
Nothing comes to mind.
Nope.
Okay.
Is there something you want me to want, and then you're like, oh, you didn't ask for it? Because I really want him to have that because this sucks on his thing.
No, it's not that it sucks on your thing. I feel like it would make your life a lot better, which is the Stream Deck.
And that is?
The Stream Deck.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the Stream Deck, because like it's multi-purpose and you can use it for other things other than just streaming. You can create macros keys for other applications and whatnot. I found so many like everyday use cases where it's been really, really nice. Like just muting something or toggling something. It's just one of those things where it's a improvement of life. It's obviously not something that you need, but once you have it, it's like, oh, this is so much easier. So much better than what I had set up before. I'm very happy with this. The other thing I would say is that has made my life a lot easier is this Wi-Fi power strip. And it's Wi-Fi, and I have a Google Nest Home Mini device over there, so I can just talk to it to tell it to turn off the power. Or if I forget to turn off the power, I can do that remotely. And at least for me, it's been one of those things that for electricity consumption and being aware of that, because obviously someone's paying for that, makes it a little bit easier for me to, like, if I ever do forget, I can just do it when I'm at home.
Do you get those emails from your power company that's like breaking down where they're finding the powers being drawn from?
No, but I also don't get the emails from the power company. Okay. We basically break it up within the household. So whatever it is, we split it up between 4 adults and then we pay it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Obviously,
mine is now starting to send me emails that's like, hey, it seems like $12 of your bill is from always on devices. So many dollars is from your AC unit. So many dollars is from your actively on devices, your smart lighting. Like
wow.
It actually like breaks it down, and it's kind of, I don't know if I love it or not.
Right. When did you give your power company access to know what devices that you actually have on hand? That's the question, right? Like,
I didn't, as far as I know. I think they're looking at like just like, this. I don't know how it works. I don't know if they can measure individual outlets or something, but like, I'm guessing there's some sort of like signature of its draw rate or something.
Possibly. That's just, honestly, that's kind of a scary thought, though.
No, it kind of weirds me out because it goes into that like how we talked about net neutrality a long time ago. And it's like, imagine if power was different, where it was like, oh, well, it's a smart device, so you're gonna have a larger price, or it's a non-smart device, so it costs less to run than, oh, well, it's an Xbox or a console or something, then it's gonna cost more to run based on just like its power signature.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary thought, especially for people like you and me, where
I don't super love them being able to. Luckily, as far as I know,
behind it though, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, we're kind of already past that where power's looked at as like watts are watts, and so it's like, okay, if you're consuming more, you're going to pay more. If you're consuming less, you pay less. Plain and simple.
Right. But it is kind of a weird gateway where they're saying, oh no, we're not going to charge you more for those certain things. We just want you to be aware that A, those are the certain things that are drawing a lot of power, but also B, we know what you have and we could charge you more.
It gets real dark real quick. It
gets real dark real quick, definitely. So you've had a Warehouse and for those who don't know, Warehouse is the little cat. You've had Warehouse for about 2 to 3 weeks now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that been? Any updates?
I really, really, really want to get an air filter.
You really?
I love him. He's a very kind and talkative cat.
Sure.
And I like that. I like an animal that like isn't just like aloof and just, oh, I want to do my own thing. I like that he wants to interact, but I need my wife needs to de-shed him more, and then I need to get an air filter so the any and all airborne anything, whether that be hair or dander or whatever,
right,
is just gone because it's starting to get old.
Well, how much is an air filter that of the caliber that you're looking at? You know?
I think when I had done a small investigation, let's say, it was about a 130.
130. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's not bad. It's nothing too like game breaking or anything like that, but it's just something that needs to happen. And it's like, oh, well, we got a bunch of other things, going on for money, and that's another just expense, right?
Right. Well, and I'm sure our mutual friend is helping you out with like expenses directly toward Warehouse, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of removed from that conversation. Not by choice. I just haven't involved myself in that conversation. That's a better way of saying it.
That's interesting because I feel like that's a conversation that should involve you because it is part of your time.
I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now's the time for you to think about it.
Yep, I gotta go make some phone calls.
Yeah, seriously.
No, but it's been good. I've enjoyed his company. Just the hair is a lot.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed his company. He's a very talkative boy, which I like.
Well, that's good. And it's
now, you ready to come over and give him snuggles?
So, Aurelia's mom also has a cat. His name is Charlie. He's a tabby cat. I don't know. He's one of those like orangey cats. Looks like Garfield. Color.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't touch him. Like the second that he walks by, I'm like, "Hello, you're so cute and cuddly." Oh no, you're giving me the face. I love that face. Okay, go away. Go away. Go away.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
And her mom is her mom's very her mother's very aware of my allergic reaction, so in preparation of me coming over there and staying the night, she vacuumed as best she could. And I definitely appreciate that. It's when other people that know that I have a very strong allergic reaction don't make any effort. Like, for example, our friends at the clubhouse, they went above and beyond, and like they cleaned, and then they did like the deep clean vacuum, like steam cleaned and everything,
like shampooing and stuff. Yeah,
I was very taken aback. Like, wow, thank you so much. This means a lot to me. I still don't know how much it's going to help, but the flip side is you cleaned your apartment, so yay. But like
it seems to help. I never noticed you having any issues while you're out here.
It wasn't anything memorable maybe to you guys, but it was always that like gnawing feeling in my nasal cavity where I'm like, okay, don't okay, just excuse yourself quietly, go outside, get some fresh air.
Like, I had a dog for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like it's my first time having an animal. Several households ago, I lived with a family that had a dog, my aunt and uncle, and then I had a dog of my own for a while. Well, it was my ex's, but that was a whole nother. That's a whole nother bag of beans.
Yes, we'll open that next time.
But like so it's not anything new. I mean, yeah, cat's kind of new, but not really.
So last week was the big July Xbox announcements inside Xbox, where we kind of talked a little bit more about the games that are coming out, less of the hardware. Some of the games that I was very excited to see was the new Forza Motorsport, and then obviously Fable's coming back, and then the big one, Halo. But was there anything out of that announcement where you thought something either really, really awesome, or on the flip side where you were kind of like, I'm not too sure about that?
I think Stalker looked pretty interesting. Stalker 2, I think it was called.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, more importantly, I think just all of them being free is kind of where, like, I was like, okay, cool. It's not that situation, because like in years past, it's been the situation of like, you see all these games and you're like, okay, yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 because you have to make, like, you're thinking, okay, at $60 a pop, I have to sacrifice something, and so I can afford like the games that I want, right? Whereas all of a sudden now it's like, no, all of them will be free for you, and it's like, oh, okay, well then, which ones am I actually going to try? And it's all of a sudden it's like, yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, yes.
Now my big question is, all the games that were displayed were Game Pass games. Microsoft Flight Simulator is not, right?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
As far as I know. Why would it? In what universe would it not be?
Well, I've never heard it, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember them saying this is going to be available on Game Pass. Because if it was, then I was like, okay, well then I'm not going to really bother pre-ordering it if I'm just going to get it on Game Pass.
Microsoft Flight. Oh, geez. Let's see if we can do this right. Come on. You cannot see this at all. Point is, it's there.
Okay.
If you look at the app, it shows up at the bottom. I mean, mind you, it says PC. It doesn't say Xbox, but it's there. Those bottom two results that in no way, shape, or form you can read are very much Microsoft Flight. Let's try one last time. Hey, there we go. That's a little better. If I didn't have the glare.
He's showing this.
Yeah. No, it's on there. It just seems like is that game even coming out for Xbox? Or is that a PC only game?
I don't know. Well, the reason why I bring that up is because I had lunch with my dad a couple of weeks ago, and he told me that he wants to be able to play a flight sim game. And I said, well, you're in luck. Huh?
I said, okay.
Said you're in luck because Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming back out. Brand new, amazing landscapes, blah, 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 blah. He said, could I play it? Bear with me. On my Mac. I said, no, nor would you want to. And he said, well, then do I need a really good computer to play it? Like, well, really good depends on what your level of really good is. If you want like all the amazing shadows and reflections and all that, then yes. If you just want to have a really fun experience, then you could get away with that with like a mid-tier gaming laptop. Said, oh, okay. What's a mid-tier? Probably like $800 to $900. What? Like, well, yeah, like, you know, because you're having to look at the processor, the graphics card, how much RAM is in there, you know, M.2 solid state drive. I kind of went down the list, and he said, well, what if I just got a regular computer? I'm like, well, then you might as well not even bother, because like it's not that you won't be able to boot up the game. You will, but you'd have to put the resolution down to like below 0, and you might not bother at all. So that's where we stand right there. I sent him a couple of links to go buy a laptop, and you know, he said thanks, but yeah, they were around $700 to $800 for the mid tiers. One was like wasn't even an Omen. It was the HP gaming laptop.
So let's see. The system requirements for minimum on the minimum system requirements for Microsoft Flight Sim is Windows 10, 8 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of video memory, at least an i5 4th gen, and a GTX 770. That is not that much.
GTX 770? Really? That's not bad. I mean, that's for minimum though. That's not that much. And
recommended is 16 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of video memory, an i5 8th gen, and a GTX 970.
And regarding,
so still, like, that's not much.
And regarding the Microsoft Flight Simulator on Game Pass, it is on Game Pass for PC, but not on Game Pass for Xbox.
Well, I don't think it is even releasing for Xbox. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing it for Xbox, friend. I wonder if it's going to be PC only until the Series X launches.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is PC only.
Let me do some research here. VR support.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, your dad wouldn't have to have a crazy PC, but yeah, why not spend $1,000 on like a nice laptop and be done for a very long time?
Yeah, I just can't imagine the conversation he's going to have with his wife about spending $1,000 on a laptop for a game. Right? Like
you don't sell it with the game, you sell it with like I'm going to do so much on this PC. I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other. I'm going to whatever. I'm going to start taking classes online. And then you go into by the way, I'm also going to play this game, and mainly this game.
No, she's smart enough to see through his lies. So I'm gonna buy this $1,000 PC. No, you're not. No. I'm gonna be using it for online classes. Yeah. What about those other 2 PCs? They're Macs. They won't work with the classes that I'm gonna be using it for. What classes? I'm not sure yet, but I heard I have to get a PC. Okay. Why do you have to spend $1,000? Because it's the best. Well, you don't need the best.
Yeah, I need something that will last.
I need something that will last and will be fast enough. For what? Coding? Yes, you really don't need that level of PC for coding. Not at the level that you're at.
I mean, video 3D video editing.
Show me your reel right now. Show me what you got to make it worth the while.
It's a work in progress. It's all up here.
My dad's not going to win that argument.
Poor guy. Well, maybe when the Series X launches, there'll be something different. We'll have to reevaluate then.
So other than Stalker, Medium was very interesting. That scared the crap out of me.
Sorry, I couldn't. It's hard to keep track of everything right now, but yeah, Medium looks really interesting.
Medium looked good. They had that other game. Oh my god, it was kind of like a Skyrim, the Skyrim kind of game.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
First person.
It definitely was a shame because I know a lot of people in the community were hoping that this was going to be the answer to Sony's announcement regarding their PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 All Digital. And we were going to have some sort of announcement where we say, yes, we also will have an all digital version of the Series X. We will call it the Series S or something to that effect. And there was nothing.
Well, they said this was going to be game only.
Right. And they also they buried the lead, I feel like, because they had like one line in the whole presentation where they said Project X Cloud is coming to Game Pass in September. And then they kept on moving on.
That's not what they said. We already knew Project X Cloud was going to come to Game Pass. What they said was you'll be able to play Destiny via Project X Cloud and Game Pass.
We only knew that if you had read the blog post that was earlier that week. The announcement of Project X Cloud coming to Game Pass was never fully announced until last week, or at the most the week before. I knew that because Chris Capicella, the CMO of Microsoft, mentioned it on an interview last December. Last December, I've been waiting. And so finally, we can talk about it. But yeah, if you've ever want to play your games on your phone and bring them with you, Project X Cloud is going to be a part of the subscription. And kind of connected to that, Microsoft has ixnayed the 12-month subscriptions for Xbox Live Gold. So you can't do 12 months of Xbox Live Gold anymore.
So are those actually gone?
Yes.
Or
yeah, GameStop employees are supposed to be pulling them. So if you find them, I don't know if they're going to be active or not, but they're gone.
What happens if I go to like Xbox.com and ask?
That option will be gone.
Oh,
It'll be, I think, but definitely 3 and 6.
interesting. They're making it so that Game Pass Ultimate is the actual cheaper option, not just like the combination option.
Yeah, but they're making it. I mean, if you think about it, it is increasing somebody's annual subscription if whether they because if most people are paying $60 a year just for Xbox Live, and now they have to pay if they don't want to do Game Pass and they just want Xbox Live. The most that they could pay is $40 for 6 months. So that's $80 a year. They went from 60 to 80. So it's $20 more.
Right.
And then and hopefully they would find value in some of the games that are coming out on Game Pass. And that's why I think this showcase that we had last week is so important, because all those games are going to be available on Game Pass day one.
Mm-hmm.
And thusly, it makes Game Pass a little bit more attractive than maybe before, where it was only like 2 or 3 games. That was kind of cool. Now it's all those games. Destiny's going to be on there, especially for people that haven't picked up Destiny. It's funny. I was
no excuse.
It was funny on Twitch after the Destiny announcement. A crap ton of streamers started streaming Destiny. Like they're doing Valorant, they're doing Rogue Company. And then the announcement came out like, oh, I'm going back to Destiny. It's like, oh okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, pretty much for me. I'm like, all right, well, have fun with that. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching today's episode or listening to today's episode. If you'd like to follow us, you can find us on Instagram, Still Recording Podcast. We also have a Reddit, and we are on anchor.fm/still recording. You can leave us a message. And if you are able to, we would love to get a review from you via Apple Podcast or Apple iTunes, however they do that. With respects to you, Quinnton, how can people find you?
On Instagram, Twitch, Xbox Live at Firewall.
And you can find me at those places under Lazy Tech Tony. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. We will have an official Still Recording podcast channel here on Twitch in the next coming weeks. I'm going to put Quinnton in charge of that. He's going to love doing it. So until the next time, y'all be good to each other and yourselves, and we'll talk to you then. Later.
Bye, guys.
Heart